Girl, it looks like Diddy's situation is starting to affect his entire family because word on the streets is that his daughters have allegedly been dragged into the whole mess. Fans are saying that Diddy's daughters allegedly know more about his shenanigans than they have been letting on, and according to Wright, the feds have allegedly been monitoring the phones, and it is not looking good. But what exactly did the girls do to make this suspicious? And did they really try to leave the country? Let's break it down, okay? So it goes without saying that Jaguar Wright does not like Diddy, to say the least. She has made it more than clear over the past couple of years that she is one of Diddy's haters. But if we thought that she was going to limit her hard feelings to Diddy alone, we were clearly wrong, because word on the streets is that she is now allegedly going after Diddy's twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah. Apparently, Jaguar isn't satisfied with Diddy possibly ending up behind bars, because now the word is she's setting her sights on his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah. It's almost like she won't be happy until the whole family is caught in the mess. In reality, Danny has 3 kids who are nearly identical in age, the twins and his other daughter. Chance is only a few months older than the twins, but they're all going to turn 19 this year, so yes, they're still young, but legally they're adults now. But why are the streets convinced that the feds are investigating the twins? On the one hand, they seem to be focused on living their best lives, traveling the world, going on luxury vacations, yacht parties, and all that. To be fair, this is the lifestyle they've known since they were young, but with everything going on right now, some people, including Jaguar Wright, feel that it's a little out of touch for them to be flaunting all that, especially in light of the disturbing stories that have surfaced about what their father allegedly did to his victims. Fans also think that the daughters unofficially support their father, particularly since they offered to surrender their passports when he was arrested last year. At the time, federal prosecutors requested that the court deny Diddy bail because they were concerned that if he were released on bond, he would intimidate witnesses and obstruct the case. According to reports, Diddy's lawyer proposed bail on these conditions, a $50 million bond co-signed by Sean Combs. Prosecutors also claim that Diddy has the money and means to be a flight risk, and the feds claim that when he was arrested, he had what appeared to be drugs in his hotel room. He even offered to pay a $50 million bond for home detention, but the judge rejected his offer. His mother, his sister, the mother of his 3 grown sons, and his eldest daughter. Additionally, he suggested that the equity of Mr. Combs' home, which is located at 20 West Star Island in Miami, Florida, would serve as security for the bond. In preparation for this bail hearing on August 20, 2024, Mr. Combs paid off the remaining mortgage of around $18 million, allowing the home to be used to provide a bond and be mortgage-free. The home has an estimated appraised worth of approximately $48 million. The document also stated that the bond would be secured by the equity of Mr. Combs' mother's house, which is located at 450 Alton Road in Miami, Florida, and that Mr. Combs' travel would be limited to the Eastern District of New York or the District of New Jersey, only to the extent that his travel to and from New York involves an airport in those districts, as well as the Southern District of Florida and the Southern District of New York for court meetings with his counsel and medical appointments, which we will address to the court in a separate sealed submission. The report went on to disclose that Diddy had turned in his passport to the authorities in April of this year, but he went further and offered to turn in the passports of his mother and daughter as well. It listed the passports of the following family members who had already turned in their passports to the council following the raids on Mr. Combs' residences. Janice Combs, Chance Combs, Jessie Delilah and Love Combs Chili even had to surrender their passports, but the feds rejected that, and the girls were allowed to keep them. This is why there are now rumors that the twins may be fleeing, but what exactly are they fleeing? Rumor has it that they may be attempting to flee before things really get out of hand. You see, before this mess began, Diddy's net worth was close to $1 billion, but now it's down to about $400 million. That's still a lot of money, but when compared to $1 billion, it's difficult, but it gets worse because, according to the indictment documents the feds filed, there is a very high likelihood that Diddy will have to forfeit everything he owns if found guilty of the crime charged in count 1 of this indictment. Sean Combs shall forfeit to the United States any and all interests in securities of claims against and property or contractual rights of any kind affording a source of influence over the enterprise named and described herein which the defendant established, operated, controlled, conducted, and participated in the conduct of and any and all property constituting and derived from proceeds obtained directly and indirectly said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in United States currency representing the amount of proceeds traceable to the commission of said offense. They also said defendant shall forfeit to the United States any and all property real and personal involved in, used or intended to be used to commit or to facilitate the commission of said offenses, and any and all property traceable to such property, any and all property real and personal constituting or derived from proceeds obtained directly or indirectly as a result of said offenses, including but not limited to a sum of money in United States currency representing the amount of property involved in said offenses and proceeds traceable to the commission of said offenses. So, yeah, there's a very high chance that not only could Diddy be going to jail, but he could also be going broke and going by the lifestyle that the twins have been used to. They're not going to easily adjust to life without daddy's millions, especially because the twins have made it clear that they don't want to get a college degree or get a regular job. But what does all this have to do with them running away? Well, the streets are saying that Diddy allegedly set up offshore accounts for his kids in case something like this ever happened. If you're wondering why Diddy's lawyers offered for his kids to give up their passports, this fan gave an interesting perspective on things, saying they're likely the names on offshore acts. They don't want him moving money overseas or paying people off or silencing people with the money in offshore accounts. Can't get to the accounts without going there. BC large sums withdrawals need to be in person to initiate. So now fans are saying that the girls know something that we don't when it comes to Diddy's case. They seem to know that Diddy is probably going to lose the case, and they're trying to cut their losses before things get really ugly. As you can expect, Jaguar Wright offered some insight into this, revealing that Diddy allegedly used to manipulate his children's finances.
The control freak that Diddy is, and you raise children under that. The financial abuse for all of them is probably the worst, because there's no way they can make money without him. He has them locked in, and if he falls, who's gonna hire them? Who's going to fund them? Who's going to look out for them? No one.
Right.
No one. They're not fighting for their father. They're fighting for their survival.
Well, it's hard to blame the girls for cutting their losses and running. They're done with high school. They're not going to college. Daddy's probably going to prison. And if there's really a lot of money in the offshore accounts, they're going to want to get their hands on it ASAP anyway. Let me know how you feel about this, and then check out this next video.